So, Echo.
Yes, sir.
If we are not going to do Q&A, I have a question.
Hit me.
If people wanted to support this podcast,
Sure.
do you know of any ways that they could do that?
I do, as a matter of fact. Let me go ahead and tell you about it. So, people have been asking me, and not the kind, you know how like some people they'll say that they'll be like, hey, a lot of people been asking me about this, but it's like 2 people, you know, and they say a lot of people. It's not that case. This is a lot of people, probably like 20 people, which is a lot of people asking the same question. By the way,
a lot of people asking the same question.
So anyway, they're like, hey, what supplements or are these on it? I'm talking about on it. So the supplements, the krill oil, is that the good stuff? Is the Shroom Tech, is that the good stuff? And I was like, cool. Yeah, they're the good stuff or whatever. But so you kind of think, and I was thinking about this when I was actually working out, and I was like, hey, to myself, it's not like the supplements you take aren't gonna like get you in Jocko shape, you know? It's gonna be like all the other stuff, like.
You mean hard work?
Yes, exactly. You know, workout, diet, rest, like all this stuff. And if you have like, you know, whatever goal, the supplements are going to they're going to help you get there faster. They're going to create less roadblocks, like, you know, injuries, all this other stuff. Put you in better health, like all this stuff. Right. But the way I don't know, I could have been taking it wrong though, that it sounded like they were like, oh yeah, I'm looking for like the answer kind of thing. Not all of them, but that's kind of, I don't know, maybe it was just collectively that's what it felt like.
Yeah. So
I think that's important to point out.
Supplements are not the answer.
Yeah.
Your squat rack is the answer.
Yeah.
Your pull-up bar is the answer.
Yeah, and you got to do that stuff like over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, okay, I'm not going to mention his name, but one of my friends would be like, yeah, you're a genetic guy, whatever. You know, they'll be like, yeah, your genetics are like good. And I'm not saying my genetics are not good. I'm not going to say they are or are not. I'm not saying that. But I got into like working out when I was 14 years old. Didn't stop, by the way. Knew about like diet and all this other stuff. So when you hit, let's say you had not started working out when you're 14. Let's say you were like, oh, you know, I know what a weight room is kind of thing. I'm out of shape. I'm 35 or whatever, however old. And you say, I want to get in good shape. It's like, that's a completely different situation, you know?
Yeah. And you could possibly try and blame the fault on your genetics, but it's not the fault of your genetics.
Exactly.
It's not the fault of the stars, baby.
Nope. Exactly.
The fault is yours.
Yeah.
Because you didn't work out. Now, you could say, hey, wasn't in the environment. Okay, cool. Yeah. That doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
What matters is how you're going to fix it.
Yeah, what are we going to do? Exactly right. So, which brings us to the same kind of this profound, maybe fundamental concept of it's not these external things. You're not going to escape the fact that if you want to like get in shape, you got to go get in shape. And that entails these fundamental things. It's not going to be the supplements. It's not going to be your genetics. The supplements, genetics, all this stuff, that's part of the game for sure, but that's not what's going to get you there. So that being said, I'm going to recommend some supplements, but in the hopes of everybody being on a good workout program.
Yes. Okay. These will help you if you are on a good workout program, by the way.
These will definitely help you.
Yeah. And a lot of people, speaking of, again, a lot of people, I don't mean 2. Yeah. I mean more than 2. I mean, decent. I mean, think about all the people on Twitter that have said, "Oh, I've been taking krill oil.
Yes,
my knees feel better now. Oh, my shoulders feel better now." That's a fact. Krill oil works.
Yeah, and personally, however many people told me that it worked for them, that has no bearing on my understanding that it works, because it works for me. And I don't take like protein massive gainer to get big. I don't do that. You can, I guess, and that's cool. And I'm not going to recommend necessarily that. But like krill oil, for example, like that will keep you in the game way more, in my opinion, than like a creatine situation. I think. And again,
I agree with you. This is, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, Echo does have a doctorate in bro science.
Yes. Well, if you notice, I won't make any
scientific
claims. Yes. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Hey.
Well, the best claim you can make is that you use it and you feel it. That's, that is bro science, I guess.
Yes. Well, it's anecdotal.
Yeah, it's anecdotal. But what if it works for me too?
Yeah, there you go.
Then we have two people.
Then we're starting to paint that picture with the dots. Remember how you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, same thing. And I do want to add that that does mean something when I say it works for me, because I was for a long time anti-supplements, where it's like, yeah, you're just taking that to make yourself feel better about working out or whatever. And they're selling it to you because they're telling you the same thing. For a long time, I didn't take any supplements and still had gains and all, was doing fine.
Gains.
Yeah, big time gains. So I was like, supplements. When people talk about supplements, I was like, bro, you're totally wasting your time, because you can just eat good and eat enough of the right thing and do everything that your supplements is doing.
That is true. You can do that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know if you can do that with krill oil, unless you're eating a bunch of krill in a smoothie or so. Even that, I don't know. Can you? Shroom tech. How can you replace that with diet? I don't know if you can, man. So I'm slowly, and this is what it was. It was like the correct kind of supplements.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So krill oil, take care of your joints. The other ones that you take, glucosamine, strong bone, yeah.
Glucosamine.
Dope. Shroom tech, if you want a little efficient oxygen usage, keep you in those hard workouts longer, better, more comfortable. Get you in the car, the RPMs, what goes, it's in the black and it goes into the yellow.
You know why we know?
Because I told you.
Tell us this every time.
I'm telling you, the slogan is, you can't pull ahead if you're in the red. So the Shroom Tech keeps you in the yellow, maybe the orange. Anyway.
The other day, Shroom Tech, we showed up to train, and it was the kind of the pipe hitting training partners, the guys that.
The big dogs.
Yeah, the big dogs. And before I went, I had worked out as normal.
Yeah, sure.
But not only did I take Shroom Tech Sport, I also took the pre-workout drink.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Earth Grown.
It's Earth Grown something. It's pre-workout.
Yeah.
And I took both, and we did 10 rounds. 10 rounds. That's 10 5-minute. They were 5-minute rounds because I was training with MMA fighters. So, but basically 10.
1 hour of training.
Yeah, a little over an hour of training. Yeah. I was good. You showed. Wait.
No, I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
For that one.
Yeah, but I walked out of there going, Shroom Tech.
Shroom Tech.
Yes.
For the win.
10 rounds is hardcore.
Yeah.
When you're going with because you can do a round with 3 hard guys, and then you go against someone that's not that great, and you can completely relax and recover.
So, it's some active recovery.
But when you are going against every guy is trying to rip your head off, and they have the capability of doing it, 10 rounds is a lot of rounds.
Yep.
So the Shroom Tech.
And the feeling there is, because I've been in the same boat, I'm not going to necessarily say 10 rounds, but in the same boat where
there's a lot of rounds for Echo.
Actually, I've done 6 10s.
That's
6 10-minute rounds.
It might even be harder.
Sure. Yeah.
Some might consider.
Yeah, with heavy hitters. All of them. Yeah.
That's tiring.
Yes. So basically what the Shroom Tech will do is, put in layman's terms, what it'll do is, the feeling, let's say you go 6 10s.
Well, actually, can you do scientific terms for us here?
No, I'm going layman. Thank you. After the 6 10s, or the 1 hour of rolling, you're going to be like, just physically, dang, I'm done. That felt good, whatever. But we're done. I'm good. I'm going to go home and rest, eat my stuff. I'm good.
Yeah. And even today, when I showed up today to roll, and we didn't do anything that extreme, but when I showed up, I already worked out hard, strength and Metcon. Then I went surfing, getting after it. Sure.
Shreddy.
Didn't eat anything, but just rolled in. No, I take that back. I had some bacon, like 3 pieces of bacon in between working out and surfing. So I was like, had some bacon. Sure. Then I had some Shroom Tech. I had Shroom Tech, and then on the way to the gym, I drank the pre-workout stuff.
Yeah.
And I felt ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, I don't actually. Instead of me saying I was ready to rock and roll, why don't you answer that question?
Jocko appeared and demonstrated that he was ready to rock and roll, as it were.
I actually wasn't ready. I actually did rock and roll.
Yes,
which is cool.
Yeah, you didn't talk about it. You beat about it.
Yeah, I beat about it.
afterwards, after the hard rolls with the Shroom Tech, you'll feel like, sure, yeah, that was good. That was hard. I could go another one. Like I could keep going. That's how you feel. Not necessarily that you want to keep going, but you could. Oh. You feel like you could.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to. We had to record the podcast.
Yeah. So that's different, but I get it. Anyway, yeah, Shroom Tech, that's a good one. Shroom Tech Sport. Still haven't done Shroom Tech Immune. I think that's the next one.
Yeah.
Warrior bars. And okay, so we'll talk about that pre-workout one. And I took it one time for rolling, and I was like, okay, cool. But I'd been taking it all week for lifting, working out, Metcons. Very, very good. Very effective. Okay, and here's the really proof? The results, the proof, straight up proof. So you know how, like, okay, do you do any kind of like pressing or any kind of lifting, even pull-ups or something? You know how some days you're like, oh, I feel like flat. I can still do them, but I feel flat. Yeah. Then some days the opposite, where you're like, boom, I got a little pop in my thing. Not necessarily stronger or doing more. Maybe you are, but I just got a little pop in it, in my movement or whatever. That's how you felt. And it was noticeable. And I was like, okay. And here's the thing with mine, I did do more weight than I normally do, more reps than I normally do. But I was like, okay, that was the first day. I was like, okay, that easily could have been other circumstances. Totally could.
Yeah, because sometimes you just feel the pop.
You got more rest, Yesterday was, easier. I don't know, whatever, all these other circumstances. You never know. So boom, next time I lift, do it again. Same pop, same feeling. It's like, okay. And that's different. Typically, you don't get 2 pops in a week. So anyway, next time I go in again, I'm like, all right, we're going to keep this going. This is the telltale. So here's what happened. So I warm up. My routine is I warm up, I work out. That's it. I warm up, and I have my son. And he needs something without going too far into it. I warm up, ready to go. First set. He needs something for half an hour. I'm like, okay. I go, so do I have to warm up again? Am I going to...
Did you utilize the pop to care for your son?
So, no, what I'm saying is kind of physiologically and mentally, I went out of the game for a little bit, out of the workout. So I come back, I got to re-engage mentally, and I'm fit. To be honest, like mentally, I was like, shoot, I'm kind of flat. Back in the day, that might have postponed the workout till tomorrow. Back in the day. Anyway, so I'm like, all right. I'm a little bit flat, whatever. I'm working out today. Yeah, that's it. Whatever. Maybe I got to warm up again. I don't know.
Maybe you just got to get mentally harder.
For sure. Yeah, there's no question about that. Everyone knows that. So whatever, I get under there. I choose the weight that I had already chose before when I was like, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. More reps than I expected. It was a winning day.
That's good.
3 in a row. Anyway, that was it. So
sounding like some strong.
Well, I'm in. It's, to me, that's like, okay, even if you say scientific proof or not scientific proof, of course it's not scientific proof, but that's like, to me, that says, okay, this is something you're going to be taking now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not like I tried it, no difference. I'll try it again.
That's sort of what maybe a difference. That's sort of what the 10 rounds did to me.
Yeah, you're on. You're in it.
Okay. Yep. You know what I did today? Took it again. Took it again.
See, there you go.
And actually, we had some no-shows today at the gym.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't one of those, so
you were there. I was there, and we had some other heavy hitters there, but we didn't get the full spectrum of heavy hitters that were there to crush. So I didn't even need to take it today.
Yeah, it didn't get put to the test.
No,
but it's good. Any. So now I'm kind of, in a way, I'm a supplement guy.
Okay, so if people wanted to get these supplements, how could they get them?
All right, onit.com. You want 10% off? You go to onit.com/Jocko. You want the 10% off? Support yourself, support the podcast if you're in the mood to, and go handle your business. Another cool way, Amazon click-through. So, Sarah, thanks for the duct tape. I want to say that. All the duct, I have like a pile of duct tape too, which is
none of it's here, by the way. For some reason, because I needed it.
She sent it.
Microphones.
Yeah. Well, there's smiley faces on it.
Okay, it can't be on the podcast.
but this smiley face. So you know how now the new iPhones, you type a word and it suggests an emoji. Yes. So if you type in good, guess what's right there? Smiley face. It should be your face, but now it's a smiley face currently.
Slack HQ has that for some reason. my face or someone, I don't really understand it fully, but somebody sent me a little picture of an emoji that said good, and it was my head.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same concept, but generally speaking, it's a smiley face. Smiley face went on the duct tape layers. You see what I'm saying? And then another one.
It's good duct tape.
Good duct tape, but emoji style. You know, she's clever like that. Anyway, the point is Amazon, if you're shopping for duct tape or anything else, not necessarily duct tape, but like books, you know, you want to get this one or whatever. And we list that on the website too, by the way, if you didn't already know. Click through, go to the website, jockopodcast.com, click through the Amazon banner over there on the side, and then do your shopping. You can support podcasts that way. You said small click, like it takes like 2 seconds, right? Click on it, go do your shopping. 2 seconds supports, you know, like a big amount.
Well, because there's a lot more than just you.
Yeah.
Clicking. Like just one, it's not just one person clicking.
Yeah.
Which would be helpful, but when a bunch of people click through, then it's very helpful.
Yeah.
Creates a bigger reaction.
Yeah. So small action, huge reaction. And I made the reference to when you throw a small piece of sodium metal in water. And the big chemical reaction. So I'm like, wait, did I remember that correctly? I looked up on YouTube, put sodium in water, look that up. So you get guys, they'll have a big fish tank with water. They'll throw the sodium and the fish tank will blow up. That's it.
People posted them on Twitter. Did you see the one where somebody's holding a small brick of sodium and threw it in the lake? Did you see that?
No, yes.
It's exploding everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
So
where can I get that?
Exactly right. So when you next time you shop Amazon, you're thinking, hey, I'm shopping Amazon. I'm going to buy some batteries. That little click through the JockoPodcast.com.
Boom.
That's that sodium that we were looking at on those videos. It's crazy. Anyway, that's a good way to support in a big way. And then, so YouTube, that's a good one, right? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the iTunes one as well, but that one seems kind of obvious. Most people already subscribe, but if you haven't,
well, we went over an entire book today of obvious things that people don't always, including myself. Yeah. So we need to reiterate, just so we all make sure we're on board. Yeah. Reinforce with our friends.
Yeah. Yes.
That you should always be prepared.
Yeah, always be prepared. Yeah, really, that one is all about preparedness. Yeah, subscribe, iTunes, subscribe, be a subscriber to the podcast, and that's no commitment. You just unsubscribe if you don't like what Jocko's talking about. You just unsubscribe. But if you like, and you do want to support podcasts,
what if they don't like what you're talking about?
That too, that too. But,
that's a bummer.
That is a bummer. YouTube.
Luckily, you don't talk a lot.
Yeah, I try to keep it.
You don't like Echo?
Sometimes
you can just suck it up. Fast forward his voice.
Hold the line. Yeah, on most
if you don't like me,
apps,
you're pretty screwed.
Yeah, you can have a long struggle.
Maybe there's people that are out there just listening to Echo. They're like fast forwarding through me.
Yeah, you press the skip 10 seconds.
Echo's about to say something super dope.
Yep. The one guy, my mom or something like this. Anyway, YouTube. We do more videos now. We put out the shareable McNuggets. Bro, how's this? My brother the other day, he's like, hey, this new guy. He listens to a lot of like talks and stuff. He's like, this new guy's talking about this. I'm like, oh, that's good. He's like, yeah, he goes into these little ideas that he's talking about. I was like, hey, send that to me. And I usually won't say, I'll be like, cool, maybe I'll look into it kind of thing. And I'm like, this one sounds good. I said, send it to me. He sends it to me. It's an hour, 37 minutes long. Didn't watch I'm like, bro, I scolded him. I said, bro, you can't do that to me. We got into a little thing.
You're going to have everyone that listens scolding you.
Yeah, but not anymore. You know why? Because we have Jocko McNuggets. 3 minutes. You want to learn about how to not learn necessarily, but learn. If you want advice, good advice, Jocko advice on how you should approach college, after the military, after high school, whatever, go ahead and listen to that. 3-4 minutes, boom, you're good to go. You're ready to go to college, ready to function. If you say, hey, listen to this podcast, it's in there somewhere, 2 hours long. No. Anyway,
a lot of people don't have the attention span for that. But you do other ones besides just college.
Exactly right. We do
multiple McNuggets.
And I do suggestions.
It's like a 20 pack of McNuggets.
Sure. Yeah, more than that even, really. And you can share and consume. Boom, boom, boom. I do suggestions as well, requests, if you will. People on Twitter, they're like, hey, Jocko Podcast.
What does it take to actually make that come true?
It's not 100% turnover.
See, people don't like that.
I know.
It's unreliable.
It's
do you respond and say yes or no?
Kind of. Yeah. I don't say yes or no. Like, yes, I'm going to do that one. I just noted, So, yeah.
People
they're
like
all good.
Noted.
I know. But when they see them, boom, there it is.
Yeah, you should actually tell them. But
Yeah.
I know it might be hard.
Maybe.
Because you're going to lose track of them all.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or maybe you should just do them all.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. There it is. I think that's the answer. But yeah, so,
There's no downside, right? There's no downside.
To doing them all?
To doing a bunch. Is there a downside to saying making a bunch of them? There's not. Unless you make ones that are lame.
Right.
Unless you pick out a lame one where I'm talking about something stupid or making mistakes.
Yeah.
Or giving bad advice to the world.
Yeah.
Don't do those.
That's a downside for sure.
The good ones.
Yeah. Okay.
No downside.
Okay, there you go. And when you subscribe, boom, you have like...
Because because I subscribe.
Yeah.
And when you upload something, you don't tell me.
Right.
I just get a little email that says, Jocko Podcast just uploaded a video. And I just go, wow.
Boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Echo has been hard at work for 4 minutes making a video.
Anyway, it's good to...
You're taking heavies today for me. I'm sorry.
All day, bull. All good, though. I took Alpha Brain, so I'm solid, I think. Yeah, so subscribe if you're in the mood. Subscribe to YouTube if you like that stuff, which is cool. And then, of course, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. URL is jockostore.com. Anyway, shirts. You like these slogans? This slogan, is that a lame word for like discipline equals freedom?
No, I don't know. I think it factually
It
could be used, but I don't know that it necessarily. I'm not waving it around, jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Although if you ask me a question on Twitter, like guy asked me the other day, how can I wake up early? How can I work out every day? And how can I eat the right foods?
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you discipline.
Right. There you go.
That's so easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the point there is that there's some shirts. They're cool. I think they're cool. But if you think they're cool, you want to support podcasts, you get a shirt, a hoodie, like some good stuff there. I think add even some more stuff. And look at them. If you like some stuff, get some of that. Support the podcast. Support yourself too. Get a new shirt. It's kind of cool when you order something, the day it comes in. Even just regular Amazon stuff. I bought this little microphone adapter for my other stuff. It comes in.
What's your other stuff?
I do stuff.
This is kind of messed up. I'm not doing no other stuff. I'm just doing this.
I know, bro. Anyway, so yeah, when shirts come in, you can wear them. You got a new shirt. Discipline equals freedom. Jocko's head says good backwards. So when you look in the mirror, it's telling you good, like that whole thing. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Whatever else. The coffee mugs. Working with this guy Chris, he's really helping me narrow down a better travel mug. Yeah, the travel one. It's gonna be good, real good.
That's good.
Anyway, other stuff on there. Look at it. I'm not saying buy it. I'm saying go there. If you like something, get something.
And if you want to support the podcast,
yes.
It's a good way to support the podcast.
Yes.
And actually, maybe someone will ask you about what that means, and you say, "Oh, I listen to a podcast."
Yep. Which happens a lot, according to my experience and the experience of others that email me.
They spread the word.
People will be like, "What does that mean? Who's that guy on your shirt?" Mm-hmm. If you're like, and here's a funny one that you wouldn't really think of. So let's say I'm wearing the Jocko Good shirt, has your face on it, right? I'm at my friend's house, barbecue, whatever, and we're like, "Hey, let's all take a picture." And you have the thing, and it's the square that finds the faces. Yeah. It's finding your face on my shirt, and they're like, "Oh wait," they're like, "Haha, it's finding the face on your shirt, Echo." And then later on, they're like, "Who's that on your shirt?" Boom, spread the word. It's like one of those kinds of things.
I like the idea of spreading the word because what's cool is, I get a lot of messages, people saying, "Hey, thanks."
Yeah.
I lost 40 pounds. Hey, thanks. I'm back in school. Hey, thanks. I got a promotion. I'm not doing any of that. You guys are doing it. But you're somehow influenced on the fact that you're getting your discipline together, you're working hard, and your life is getting better. So when you spread the word, you're helping somebody else too, which is cool.
Yep. 100%. But yeah, those are the ways, Other ways, there's Psychological warfare. And here, this is an ambiguous one. So, no more. Oh, wait, no. Every day. Those are two different ones, right? No more and every day?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, I listened to the everyday one. Because you know how like when you're like, hey, I'm new. I turned over a new leaf, whatever the expression is. My New Year's resolution, and you go hard. Typically you go hard. You're like, carbs are gone. You know, you don't cut a little bit. They're gone, right?
Yeah.
After like a little while, usually like 4 or 5 days, you're kind of like, maybe not gone. You know. So you listen to every day, right? Every day, it not only does it like make you like fired up to keep going, but it puts it in perspective, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, this is a cliche, but Michael Jordan or something like this, someone who's successful, you know? He didn't go back to old him 5 days later, you know?
No.
And that sounds real obvious. And yeah, we heard that before, but that's why that's effective. So psychological warfare, if you don't know, it is an album, a spoken word album. It's available on iTunes of like little, for lack of a better term,
psychological warfare. That's
yeah,
what it
like
is.
verbal. You can listen to it. It tells you to get after it.
Yeah.
Under certain circumstances.
Yes,
you know?
it's actually specifically made to deal with common everyday weaknesses that we all face. So when you face one of those weaknesses, you can just press play. Track 7.
Yep.
Track 4.
Yep.
Oh, everyone that's asked for an alarm clock to wake up, just get this album, set it as your alarm tone. I'm waking you up in the morning.
Yep.
Tell your wife. tell your significant others. Otherwise, they're going to think there's a strange man in the room talking to them, and they're going to freak out, pull out their firearm. Bad things could happen. But psychological warfare. It's on iTunes.
Yeah, I should put on like Amazon Music too. That's a good one.
Should.
Yeah. But yeah, currently iTunes search psychological warfare.
It's on Google Play too,
Jocko
right?
Willink. I don't know. I don't know if the podcast is.
No, I know the podcast is.
Yeah, the distribution channels.
Oh, you need to expand.
Yeah, I got to expand for sure.
Expand. Get in the game.
Yeah, but that's a good one. And incidentally, supports the podcast.
That's true. Very true, which is appreciated. All right. So also, you can get Jocko White Tea. That supports the podcast. And it supports you.
Yep.
And it's in stock. We got a bunch of it. And it will do things to you. If you want to crush the souls of your enemies, drink some Jocko White Tea. It'll be a little bit easier to do that.
Yep.
It'll taste better. So that's that. We had Get After It mugs. They're out of stock. I sent one to Joe Rogan. He took a picture of it. They were gone. They're gone. So I got more being ordered. They're being made. Logistical nightmare. All that. Sorry. Keep checking. They'll be back in stock. They say get after it. While you're there on Amazon, you can also get a book called Extreme Ownership, written by me and my brother Leif Babin. It's about leadership and it's about combat. So if you like the podcast, you'll dig that book. You know, I also have another book that's going to be coming out in May. It's not available for pre-order yet, but it will be. And I will announce it when it comes out. I think everyone's going to be pretty psyched on it because I am. And also the Extreme Ownership Muster, May 4th and 5th at the Marriott Marquis in New York City. This is it. This is the gathering.
Yep.
It's about leadership. It's about strategy. It's about tactics. It's about getting after it. Google it. You'll find it. We'll see you there. And until we see you there, if you want to see us, well, we can actually be found all up in the interwebs. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. And you gonna also could find us on Dash Facebook. Iboha. Cruising with you, my Frenchie. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willink. Thanks for the support. And, you know, we talk a little bit about these Amazon clicks and the store purchases and the getting the tea and the mugs and the t-shirts and all that stuff. Just so you know, that support is actually literally what fuels the podcast. That's what the podcast runs off of. So thanks for all that. Truly, we appreciate it.